Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. So this is gonna be a pretty quick video. It's basically a kind of, we all know how Koei have a bunch of scenarios that you can play with, and there's a recommended clans, which is like there's 2 star, 3 stars based on difficulty, which to be honest I don't think it really reflects the difficulty of that clan, which is why I'm gonna be, you know, just posting a recommendation of 4 clans to play in every single scenario. Now, the criteria itself are pretty simple. I'm gonna try to recommend clans that are not recommended by Koei at the start. So that's one. Number two is I'm gonna try to, for variety's sakes, like if, for example, if I already recommended Oda, I'm not gonna recommend another clan close by or within the same region, if possible, because if we all know in some of the later scenarios, the map is just already filled with big clans. So yeah, choosing a clan in the same region might have to be done. Number three is, if possible, I'm gonna choose clans with story relevant or events, because like that's one of the draw of Nobunaga's ambition, the events and story. And then number four is rarity. What I mean with rarity is, for example, I can recommend like the Basho here, or even like the Suzuki. I can recommend them, but uh, how many times do you think, like how many scenarios do you think Suzuki faces the exact same like condition, like you got the Hatakeyama, the Suzuki, the Miyoshi, like even the other, like this exact setup exists for a bunch of the scenarios for the Suzuki. Then even the other ones where the Suzuki is in here is like there's the Oda. So the rarity of how often do you the clan is in this spot does matter in the different scenario. The recommendation itself, it's gonna be divided into 4, and number 1 it's gonna be easy, number 2 medium, number 3 hard, and number 4 extreme. So yeah, those are the scenario, and you will be hearing this exact intro of the video often because I'm gonna be reusing it. Well, I'll see you on our first scenario, the first recommendations. Well, here we are. 1543 Muskets arrive. Now this scenario, it is similar, and it's still pretty similar to the previous uh, scenario, Birth of Nobunaga, which is why finding the recommendations for this scenario is actually kind of hard, because I'm looking for something unique, right? Like trying to find something unique in this scenario is pretty hard, legit. Now, for the easy clan recommendation, I definitely can go 2 ways, so I'm gonna cheat and recommend 2 clans for you to play as. Number 1, Harukage Nagao. You're in a very, very amazing spot here. You have the Shina taking care of your west, Fusanaga in your south, and then Sadazane and the Date in your east. Your your possible path of invasions are varied. Now you can go dumb and go for Hatakeyama going up there, but You can go east to Ashina, that's a possibility, but let's face it, I think most of us will go either for the Ogasawara or even Yoshikiyo. Basically, if you go south here, if you take Yoshikiyo and Ogasawara first, you basically screw over Shingen. Like, he will still be a threat for sure, but you will have the advantage if you take down the Murakami and Ogasawara first. And then after that, your only real threat again will be Shingen and Norimasa, most likely, that can actually invade you and do stuff. And maybe Saito if he wakes up and comes for you. But yeah, Harukage is definitely an easy clan to play with. Now, I would say Hojo is also easy, definitely here. But to be honest, you will find yourself in this spot often. But the reason why I'm actually, yeah, I think Harukage is clear, easy. Hojo, not so much in the sense that you do have Yoshimoto and the Takeda on your left, Norimasa up there, and then there's this coalition in the east that's kind of easy to dismantle, but not that easy, especially thinking about these three threats in your border. Now, in our, in like archive hands, my hands, uh, Zetra, and the people that play this game a lot, it's still easy for us, most likely, but for the new players, it's not that easy to be honest. Because there's threats and they might be overwhelmed dealing with this much land. So Harukage is the easier option to be honest if you look at it that way. Now, for the medium clan, I'm actually gonna go up and say Nanbu. To be honest, Nanbu is an easy clan to play with, and they have quality officers right now. Yasunobu, Harumasa. Okay, don't look at these traits and traits because these are not the real traits. This is my edited traits, but even without those traits added, look at this. You have decent stats, officers, and then Harumasa and Yasunobu. The only reason why I say this is a medium clan is because the early part is easy, but then you will have to deal with what we call the Tohoku Hell. Once you have the north, breaking through the center here, the Kanto, is the start of your challenge. You either will have a powerful Nagao slash Ueshugi, and you probably have to deal with Pick Hojo at the point you reaches down here. And dealing with the logistics and things like that of going from Tohoku into Echigo and Kanto, now that's something that needs, time to adapt to. Like, even my first time playing in Tohoku back when the game released was a pain in the butt. And I didn't even play as the Nanbu, I was playing as the Date. So yeah, for medium challenge, the Nanbu. To be honest, you will often play as them. You can even swap the Nanbu recommendation with the Anto for a slightly challenging start. But yeah, again the Nanbu, you will have the easy part. The early part is easy, like you get to learn the game and conquer the north, but then you have to learn how to deal with long marches, expansion against Big Hojo and Nagao probably. Now, a hard clan that I'm gonna be recommending is, to be honest, this is not a rare clan that you get to see, but low-key, the Uragami. I'm actually gonna say Uragami might be hard hit, because you do have the Akamatsu, Mimura, Miura, but then you have the Amago, which, to be honest, his main concern will be this, the West, but knowing player hate, he might be going for your ass. And then the big looming threat of Miyoshi. And Miyoshi is coming. Now, I would say this is hard because you start with, even though you start with 3 castle, if you don't know what you're doing or not experienced, this could go downhill fast playing as the Uragami. So yeah, they will be my hard option. Now, for the extreme option, I will actually say Azai. I'm gonna use Azai here and now, because to be honest, in other scenarios, you can also recommend Azai, but low-key Azai in this scenario is in an intriguing spot. You have the Ashikaga to your left. There's the Wakasa Takeda clan that you can try to snipe with the help of Asakura, but with player hate, you see what I'm talking about. There's the Rokaku with 5 castle, which is one of their most powerful starts. And then you got Dosen. The Saito, Rokaku, even the Ashikaga. And you start with 1 castle. This is an extreme challenge. Now, I think it's still possible, and then you have the saving grace of Asakura. Your alliance might be the only way you're making it, you're getting anything done. And yeah, that is my recommendation for Muskets Arrive scenario. Now up next, I think is Nobunaga is here, and yeah, that one is interesting too. Either way, thank you all for watching. Please like, share, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you on the next recommendations. Thank you. Bye bye.